Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making headlines this morning, a woman recovering after being hit by a pickup on the northwest side overnight.
The race to vaccinate Americans reaches a new milestone, but will President Biden reach his July 4th goal? I'm ABC's Faith Abube in Washington with the latest on the pandemic coming up.
79 degrees at 4:30 this morning. The humidity is oppressive out there. Mike will have his full forecast in just a bit.
And good morning. It is Monday, June 7th.
Thank you so much for joining us. David and I are filling in for Mark and Stephanie the next 2 days. And David, yesterday it was kind of nice. Little humid outside.
Kinda?
And then this morning, compared to this morning.
Tough, man.
It was kind of nice.
It wasn't raining yesterday. I thought it was pretty nice.
There are a couple of little showers that popped up here and there. But yeah, this morning, now this is all basically due to the rain we had last week and over the weekend, some spots. The humidity, yeah, you can cut it with a knife. And some of the highest low temperatures we've seen, as a matter of fact.
Have you ever cut humidity with a knife?
Pardon me?
Have you ever cut humidity with a knife?
Yeah. In this situation, and have you ever sold something like hotcakes either? It's very humid out there this morning, and we do have a couple little sprinkles. There's a little leftover disturbance, which is coming in from the northwest there, and one or two little sprinkly showers around this morning. Kind of iffy as whether it makes it into Bexar County, but just don't be surprised by one or two of those little showers out there. A little mist is being reported out there at the airport. 78 degrees right now. The record high minimum temperature is 79, so we didn't hit the record, but we're close to that record this morning, believe it or not, because it is so warm out there. Castroville's at 80, 82 at Stinson, and these numbers, the measure of moisture in the atmosphere, of course, we got a little bit of a break last week, and dew points were down in the 60s. 75, 77, Castroville at 78. Yes, it is window dripping, fog up your glasses, however you want to describe it, wet blanket kind of humidity out there, and yes, we have a heat index right now. Feels like 81 in town, 86 in Cotulla, and the heat index is 89 right now in Corpus Christi. And heat index readings, by the way, mold is extremely high. Hopefully that's going to continue to drop down this week. But 91 for a high temperature today. And the graphic did not get changed. We're going to have more sunshine today out there. I apologize for that. But one thing I can tell you is add about 10 or more to that number, and heat index readings are going to be well up into the low hundreds later on today. And it's going to be kind of dangerous, especially down to the south. More on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Sarah, David?
Thank you, Mike. Late breaking news starting this morning. 2 people in the hospital after a fight broke out at a bar on the south side. San Antonio police say a suspect is under arrest.
Tiffany Wekas joins us live from the scene with more details. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Sarah and David. A very active scene right now here on the south side. Take a look as police continue to surround the River City Saloon located on the 1400 block of Southwest Military Drive. Police are interviewing witnesses and collecting evidence. We have limited information so far, but San Antonio police say a fight broke out early this morning. That's when a man started shooting. Police say a 30-year-old man was shot in the knee and a woman was shot in the leg. Both were taken to the hospital and are in stable condition. Police have detained a suspect, and we will bring you the details in the next half hour. Reporting from the south side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Tiffany. New this morning, also San Antonio police say a woman recovering after being hit by a pickup overnight. It happened just after 10 last night near Fredericksburg Road and Deschantel Road. Police say the woman was crossing the street when she was clipped by a person driving a Ford F-150 pickup. SAPD says the truck's mirror hit her in the head. She was taken to the hospital. At last check, officers were questioning the driver about the incident. And the race to vaccinate Americans has surpassed yet another significant milestone. The U.S. now administering more than 300 million doses of the COVID vaccine. Excuse me.
That's 49% of Americans 12 and older that are fully vaccinated. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, more than 63% of U.S. adults have received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. But reality threatening President Biden's goal of pushing that number to 70% by July 4th. 4 weeks out, more than 16 million people still need to get a shot to close the gap. It's an uphill battle as the U.S. vaccination rate continues dropping significantly, down 70% since it peaked in April.
It's a hesitancy by misinformation, particularly on the internet. What a shame and a tragedy that we don't make use of something that is for our benefit when others throughout the world would do anything to have what we have.
Dr. Anthony Fauci and First Lady Jill Biden inside a historic church in Harlem Sunday, trying to encourage more people to roll up their sleeves.
We want everyone 12 and older to come get vaccinated.
We're going to end this outbreak for absolutely certain. And the vehicle to ending it is vaccination.
The vaccine's already helping pockets of American life return to a sense of normality. Fully vaccinated Americans heading to the Caribbean seas on board the first major cruise ship since the pandemic shut down. But north of the border, families still desperate to reunite with loved ones.
It's been about 15 months since we've seen our son Aaron, who lives right over there, 10 minutes away.
Protesters in New York calling for the U.S.-Canadian border, which was closed due to COVID, to be reopened now.
No more indefinite closures. The border can be reopened safely on June 22nd.
In the meantime, the number of new COVID cases continues to drop. The daily average is now 95% lower than it was back in January. But more than 300 Americans continue to die from COVID every day. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Vice President Kamala Harris on her first foreign trip for the Biden administration. She arrived in Guatemala City last night. Vice President Harris and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff given a formal welcome at the airport after Air Force Two touched down. Later today, Harris will hold a bilateral meeting with Guatemalan President Alejandro Giammattei, who she has been in talks with over immigration. It's estimated that 44% of the migrants attempting to cross the U.S. border are from the Northern Triangle countries like Guatemala. After a full day of negotiations and meetings, the vice president then flies to Mexico City tonight to begin another round of talks there.
The Supreme Court is being asked to decide whether the government can continue to require men alone and not women to register for the draft when they turn 18. The question of who has to register for the draft could be viewed as one with little practical impact. The last time there was a draft was during the Vietnam War, and the military has been all volunteer since. But the requirement to register for the draft is one of the few remaining places where federal law treats men and women differently. The justices could say as soon as today whether they will hear a case involving the Military Selective Service Act.
It's a girl. Prince and Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, are welcoming their second child. Sunday, the royal couple announced the birth of Lilibet Diana Mountbatten Windsor. Lily, for short. The couple says Lily was born Friday, June 4th at 11:40 a.m. in Santa Barbara, California, weighing 7 pounds, 11 ounces. Both mother and child are healthy and well and settling in at home. Lily is named after her great-grandmother, Her Majesty the Queen, whose family nickname is Lilibet. Her middle name, Diana, chosen to honor her beloved late grandmother, the Princess of Wales. Buckingham Palace released a statement saying the family is delighted with the news of the baby girl's birth.
Welcome, Lily.
4:38, 79 degrees.
Well, up next, lots of NBA action, plus a big win for the San Antonio Missions baseball team, and a look at their week ahead at home.
And outside with live cam, humidity so thick you can cut it with a knife. Mike's going to demonstrate later. He's got a nice humidity cutting knife over there. I always say you can lean up against it, but I never really have. So, see where he. Two playoff games in the NBA yesterday. The West, the Mavs in LA for a Game 7 against Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers. Dallas trailed by 8 to start the second half, but put together a 19-6 run to take an 81-76 lead. But after that, the Clippers just blew the doors off the Staples Center. They finished the third quarter on a 24-4 run, never looked back. The Clippers finally win at home, 126-111. The first time in NBA history the road team won the first 6 games of a playoff series. They became the 5th team in league history to lose the first 2 games at home and come back to win a playoff series. So that means the Jazz and the Clippers begin Game 1 tomorrow night of their series starting at 9 o'clock. Meanwhile, the Nuggets are taking on the Suns. They get that thing started tonight at 9. In the Eastern Conference yesterday, it was Game 1, Hawks 76ers. Trae Young and the Hawks had the Sixers down for the count from the tip. Hawks up 15 after one, start the second on a 11-0 run. They led by 26, 53-27. The Sixers got to within 3 with a minute to play, but that's as close as they were going to get. Hawks take game 1, 128-124. Game 2 between the Hawks and the Sixers tomorrow at 6:30, and the Nets lead the Bucks in that series. Game 2 for those two teams is tonight at 6:30. On to San Antonio Missions baseball. Missions are back to an even record following last night's victory against Springfield. 9-2 win also clinched the series victory for San Antonio. The Missions starting pitcher Aaron Lesher, the left-hander, tossed 5 shutout innings while striking out 6. Good night for him. Starting tomorrow, the Missions will host the Midland Rockhounds at Wolf Stadium. The series runs through Sunday. By the way, the Missions will have 3 jersey giveaway nights this season. Their first one is Friday night. The first 2,000 fans will get the free jersey. There's going to also be post-game fireworks on Saturday. And how long has it been since we've seen that?
That's exciting.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
At the Wolf this week. All right. 443, 79 degrees.
And ready to go cruising around the world once again. Up next, the race to get more people back on new oceanic journeys. The first major cruise ship in North America since the industry paused over a year ago sets sail on Sunday. ABC's Gio Benitez has the details in today's GMA First Look.
Hey there, I'm Gio Benitez, and coming up on Good Morning America, we are bringing you live aboard the Celebrity Millennium. This is the first cruise to set sail from North America since the pandemic began. So what are some of the big changes? Here's your GMA First Look. With vaccine cards in hand, the passengers are coming back.
I have a tremendous amount of confidence in what we're doing and the protocols that we have in place.
Now we're seeing those protocols firsthand. They scan my actual vaccine card, not a picture, my negative PCR test. They have me answer a health questionnaire, and I'm on board. So we'll have much more of that live tour of the Celebrity Millennium coming up at 7 a.m., including the answer to some pressing questions like what happens if a passenger on board tests positive for COVID. We're going to answer that and so much more coming up on GMA at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, right here in the middle of the Caribbean.
A Helotes man has had a major impact on his neighbors simply by walking. His name is Casper Rawls, and he's next on What's Up South Texas.
Japhanie Gray has his story and why people see him as Casper, the friendly walker.
Keep it up.
You too, sir. Good to see you.
Pleasure. My pleasure. Some people have started walking again and running again because of him.
People living in this Helotes neighborhood are all too familiar with this 66-year-old. His name is Richard Rawls, but he goes by Casper.
It's like a flower in the desert. He's been just a wonderful neighbor and a wonderful guy just to be with.
You see, Casper is his stage name during his night job performing as a guitarist for many different bands. But when the sun is out, you can catch him walking mostly every day for miles.
I'm always happy to meet anybody and talk if they want to talk or wave if they want to wave.
Casper grew up in this neighborhood and eventually hit the road as a musician. His cardio obsession started when he was a boy, but it took a deeper route at age 30 when his mother became very ill. Running was his escape.
When she passed away, it was a great outlet for me to run, just to have, something to do.
An escape that led to running all over the country, even doing marathons.
When I go back on tour, went back on the road, I found a book, said places to run across America. And doggone it if I didn't run almost all of them.
But his running days came to an end right before the pandemic.
Knees went bad. Right before COVID, I had knee surgery. And the doctor said, your mediocre running career is over. He said, you can walk? I said, then that's what I'll do.
Casper has been walking ever since, inspiring his neighbors and those who pass by with his story and a simple wave.
One step at a time, that's all it is. One foot in front of the other. That's just God working through me, I just walk down the road. But if God inspires you to get up and want to walk too, God bless you.
For What's Up South Texas, I'm Japhanie Gray.
What a cute story.
Good for him. Out there, didn't let that knee problem stop him from walking like that.
Good exercise too. Just get out and enjoy it. But watch it with the heat. Make sure you drink plenty of water. But I mean, do you ever just kind of wave if you're in the car and somebody's walking?
Always wave. I get offended when people don't wave back. 'Cause I'm like, hi. Like, wait, they didn't wave at me.
Yeah, just wave. Just
it's
say
nice.
Hi, folks. Anyway, hey, a lot of folks got a lot of rain, but actually too much on the north side of Bexar County and up in toward New Braunfels, and that was Saturday late afternoon when those thunderstorms popped up, and another 0.8 of an inch in the rain gauge. Yes, indeed, a bunch of it picked up just over 1/3 of an inch officially out there at the airport on Saturday. Right now there had been some mist within the past hour reported out here by the airport, so just watch out for a couple of damp spots on the roads. Also, there are just a few little sprinkly showers, weak disturbances sliding on through here. It's moving very quickly, so nothing's sitting in one spot. But again, don't be surprised for 1 or 2 of those little sprinkles out there in parts of the hill country. And right now, this is around Medina Lake. Whether that holds together, makes it in here, kind of wait and see around Helotes, and maybe a few of those sprinkles on I-10 if you're heading out toward Kerrville. Heat index readings later on today are going to be well up into the hundreds, and then, this is hot and humid enough. You get above 105, that's when your body really has a tough time cooling itself. So you do definitely, in our southern counties, have to watch out for that heat index later on this afternoon. Lots of shade, lots of water, obviously, if you are going to be outside. The reason for it is these dew point temperatures, the humidity. Not only are we getting the moisture pumped in from the Gulf, but also obviously the moisture in the ground from all the rain that we've had, and nothing is really going to be changing. A lot of morning clouds, more sunshine in the afternoon. That's going to be kind of that usual summertime pattern that we're going to have going on. And dew points will drop a little bit in the afternoon hours, but it's going to be cloudy then, and that daily cycle that we'll go through. That's pretty much going to be the rest of the week. And these dew points, again, nothing is going to be changing. So we're still going to have readings well up into the 70s. And that means heat index readings are going to be well up into the hundreds as we go in toward the next few days. So the low that gave us all the rain, and that's still up there to the north of us, and you can see there's a little that flow on the backside of it. That's what's throwing some of these disturbances around here. That'll eventually move on out. That high moves on in, and that means hot and humid. There's one little maybe glitch that's going to try and come through on Sunday to give us a stray shower or two, but otherwise between now and then, other than those couple of sprinkles this morning, it's pretty much rain-free all week long. 84 at noon, partly sunny skies, and then a high temperature up to 91, which about the normal high, but heat index is going to be well up into the hundreds. So add basically 10 or more degrees to the actual air temperatures, and that's going to be the case across the board, where these numbers are close to respective normals. About low 90s, the average temperature, but add those the humidity to that, and it's going to feel like it's well up into the hundreds. And again, you get around 105, really tough to kind of cool yourself. So take it easy.
We traded the rain.
We traded a lot of rain for a lot of heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The humidity. I mean, that's what's doing it. So,
all right.
But everything's nice and beautiful and green.
It is. Silver lining.
And I got to cut my grass in this.
I was going to say, how tall is your grass?
Not quite yet, but I had good intentions this weekend. It was still too damp.
It was still too muddy out there.
You and most of the neighborhood. Yep.
Thanks, Mike.
Coming up next, good news for people who like scary movies, plus details on a special guest appearance by Elton John. Welcome back. 456. Horror films are scaring people back to the box office.
Ooh. For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Christopher Watson.
It's all good news for The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. The third film in the horror franchise bowed with $24 million. Good enough for a first-place box office finish. And a surprise win over last week's pandemic record #1 film, A Quiet Place Part 2. Even so, that sequel's put away an impressive $88 million in its first 2 weeks of release. Another $10.5 million for third-place Cruella, all points to a very welcome revitalized box office. Chrissy Teigen reportedly won't appear in the second season of the Netflix hit comedy Never Have I Ever, stepping away from a scheduled single-episode voice role in the wake of continuing fallout over online bullying allegations against model Courtney Stodden. Elton John was a surprise guest at a Saturday screening of the series finale episode of FX's Pose at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. The episode aired Sunday night. And comic and actor Bill Hader's 43 Monday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
457, 79 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA after dealing with lots of rain over the past week or so. Many will now be dealing with above average temperatures and even drought.
Plus, we got a first look at new gadgets and software updates from Apple that are expected to debut this week. That's ahead in Tech Bites.
Ahead on GMSA at 6, the hot summer days are almost here, and that means it's time to make sure your home is ready. Still to come, what needs to be on your maintenance checklist.
And outside with a look at the roads, things running pretty smooth for Monday morning so far. Stephen Cavazos will be here in a few minutes. Give us an update coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
2 people shot after a fight broke out at a bar on the south side. Coming up, the latest in the investigation.
And after the rain comes the heat. 1 week after record-breaking cooler temperatures and rain on Memorial Day, the first heat wave of the year is expected for millions of Americans.
And outside with live cam, that is humidity in the air. That's what you're looking at, and you can feel it when you walk outside. Whew. Good morning. It is Monday, June 7th.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And like you were telling Mike, you can cut it with a knife.
Yeah.
Like you can really, you open the door and it hits you in the face. It's like it wants to push you back inside. Like, don't even try this.
So we've traded all that rain for heat and humidity. Mike?
Yes, indeed. Heat-wise, just looking at numbers, they're being held in check right where the normal is, the average temperature. But yeah, with all that moisture in the ground, that's adding to the heat index. And what were you saying, Dave? You can lean against it. It's so humid out there. It's like a wet towel. 78 degrees right now, and humidity is at 87%. But it's that bottom number, the dew point in the 74 and higher range. Some areas have dew points well up into the 78 right now. Some spots in and around town. That's why it's just. Yeah, you can lean against the humidity. 91 for a high temperature today. And then the problem is we have to add the heat index on top of that. And so that's why it's going to feel about 10 degrees or more hotter than that later on. The aquifer, nice big jump up 0.8 of a foot in yesterday's reading. And mold very, very high. Hopefully that will start to drop down as we go on through the week because we don't have as much rain in the forecast this week. However, just as I say that, I do have a couple of sprinkles. There's one little leftover disturbance which is kind of sliding on through the area right now, and that's producing a few of these light showers. It looks like this one's just almost edging into Bexar County right now, so you might see a little sprinkle. There's some mist being reported out there at the airport within the hour. Heat index readings right now. Yep, we're already looking at this graphic this early in the morning. Feels like 89 Corpus Christi, 85 in Pleasanton, and 81 in San Antonio. And again, add basically 20 degrees to these numbers. So we're going to be seeing heat index readings well up into the 105 and even 110 range. That range, 105 to 110. And that's where it gets kind of dangerous. Your body doesn't cool itself that well. Temperatures, though, again, just on paper, it's going to be about normal. Feels a whole lot hotter than that. We'll take a look ahead to the weekend in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority Stephen Cavazos is in the house on this Monday morning. Morning, sir. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, Mike. Well, things are pretty calm for this start to our week around our city. Nothing too bad we're keeping a close eye on right now, but let's go ahead and walk over to the wall. We do have some construction that's been going on here off 1604 in those westbound lanes right at Shanefield now. That has since cleared up, but there's been a little bit of slowdowns that we've been keeping an eye on here throughout the morning. Again, looking pretty clear right now, but these are things that drivers are going to want to keep in mind before heading in that direction. Another slowdown that we're keeping an eye on here is right by the airport here at 281 southbound at Loop 410, not too far from McCarty Road. You can see that traffic is slowing down there to about 21 miles per hour right now. Nothing too major. It's likely to clear up and get things going, but something that drivers want to keep an eye on, that is, as we get the morning started here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our inbound times, though. And 281 coming in from Bulverde to downtown San Antonio, we're looking at a 28-minute commute time. And if you're coming in from I-10 on Bernie, expected 24 minutes. Here on Highway 90, we got about a 19-minute commute time coming in from Castroville. And if you need to be fueling up for the week, let's go ahead and take a look at those gas prices. $2.57 around Bexar County, and around the state, we are looking at $2.69, and the average pump here is around the country is $3.05. So a good time to fuel up right now. We know this is actually a cent down from last week, so that's a good sign there. Let's go ahead and take a look here at TransGuide. This is 35 at Burbank. a little foggy there. But other than that, things are pretty good for this Monday morning, but we'll be keeping an eye on things as the morning does pick up. David, Sarah?
Thanks, Steven. New this morning, San Antonio police investigating a shooting at a bar on the south side.
Police say a fight broke out and a man began shooting. Tiffany Huertas joins us with the latest from the scene.
Good morning. They found the suspect in the neighborhood behind the bar. Take a look at the scene here. That is the River City Saloon located on the 1400 block of Southwest Military Drive. San Antonio police arrived here around 2 this morning. Police say a fight broke out and a man started shooting. A 30-year-old man was shot in the knee and a woman was also hit in the leg. Both were taken to the hospital and are in stable condition. Police say the suspect ran away, but with help from SAPD's helicopter, they found the man inside a trash can in the neighborhood behind the bar. The man was detained and the investigation continues. Reporting from the south side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Not a record-breaking and dangerous heat spreading across parts of the country. These conditions are hitting earlier than usual for millions of Americans.
As parts of Texas dry out, it's a spring scorcher with dangerous heat in the east and a dangerous drought in the west.
This morning, millions of Americans are sweltering in temperatures that are turning downright dangerous.
It is hotter than the devil out.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
1 week after record-breaking cold and rain on Memorial Day, the first heat wave of the year is expected from Washington, D.C. to Boston. Records were already shattered this weekend in Newark, New Jersey, Syracuse, New York, and at Dulles Airport in Virginia. At the beaches outside Boston, officials are warning swimmers beating the heat after a half dozen people drowned there in the past 2 weeks. On Sunday, a 19-year-old died after being pulled from the water in Quincy.
Part of it is because people go in sometimes, they don't know how to swim, and they go in because they think it's a shallow area to retrieve a ball or to retrieve something. Also, at this time of the year, the weather is really warm, as you can tell today, but the water is very, very cold.
It's not just the East Coast. A heat advisory has been extended for the Twin Cities, and the fire danger remains high today from Oregon to Arizona because of hot and dry conditions. A wildfire 60 miles east of Phoenix is one of 2 in the state right now, burning a combined 60,000 acres. And in California, the drought emergency is only getting worse. The state's 1,500 reservoirs are 50% lower than they should be at this time of the year. ABC's Zoreen Shah is at Folsom Lake.
This was a normal time and this lake was full. How far underwater would we be right now?
So right now we'd be about 70 feet underwater.
Mona Kosarabdi, ABC News, New York.
Back here at home, San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers need your help finding a suspect wanted for starting a fire at a cell phone tower. It happened back on May 24th in the 1800 block of Hunt Lane near Marbach on the city's west side. SAPD says the suspect used some sort of fuel to start the fire, which burned some fiber optic components. Police say the person was also seen on surveillance video walking along Angel Valley Street with a woman prior to the fire. If you have information, you have to call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP. You can get a cash reward for information that you can provide.
It's 5:08 and 79 degrees.
Still coming up, a first look at a special Apple meeting that could reveal new software for iPhones, Macs, and Apple TV.
Summertime means big discounts on several popular items in tools, tech, and clothing. Up next, we'll tell you when and where you can expect deals to pop up in your favorite store.
Outside with Live Cam, Mike's got a full forecast for you coming up. A little different than the last month or so when it rained just about every day. We can at least have a chance to dry out, sort of, coming up. Welcome back, 11 minutes after 5 o'clock. Tools, tech, clothing, work gear is just some of the items you're going to find deals on in this month.
This morning, we're talking about some of the expected discounts and where to find them. Father's Day sales are expected to dominate the discounts in June. Look for a wide variety of specials on everything from tools to grills and clothing. Last year, Nordstrom knocked off as much as 75% on clothing and accessories from brands like Nike, Callaway, and Champion. And Dick's Sporting Goods will again offer gifts under $25 tied to Father's Day.
If you're looking for savings on PC games, watch for the Steam Summer Sale. The gaming site should have its annual sale toward the end of the month. You may find as much as 90% off a range of game titles. Spring clothes like shorts and sandals are expected to be marked down at a variety of retailers. Target is one of the chains where you're likely to find those deals. Watch for discounts on active wear like shirts, yoga pants, and joggers. Retailers mark down the category in June as shoppers revisit resolutions to get fit for the summer and vacations.
And watch for markdowns on dinnerware and cookware as wedding season gets underway.
It is 5:13, 79 degrees.
Well, still ahead, would you pay to become a super follower on Twitter? We'll tell you about the upgrade that could be coming soon.
And details on a new feature on Tinder that's meant to make little things less awkward, or things a little less awkward. Either way.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more beginner's yoga. Namaste.
Namaste.
Surprise parties.
Aw,
you guys. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks. For free! So I can do more of the things I love. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Apple's annual Worldwide Developers Conference kicks off today, and there are new gadgets and software updates expected to debut this week. ABC's Mona Kozar-Abdi has the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a much anticipated unveiling from Apple. The company is kicking off its annual developers conference today. It could feature iOS 15 as well as new versions of software for most Apple products. We may also see new iMac Pro and updated MacBook Pros. New details are emerging about Twitter's new feature, which will allow users to charge followers for extra content. Reports say the feature called Super Followers will be limited to users with at least 10,000 followers. It's expected to launch soon. Finally, Tinder's new Block Contacts feature. It allows users to avoid familiar faces from their contacts list who are also on the dating app. Over 40% of Tinder users say they've seen an ex on a dating app. Tinder's Block Contacts launches today. That could also include your parents and siblings, because that's just awkward. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Just awkward. 5:17 and
Speaking of awkward, someone who's not awkward, Stephen Cavazos.
I mean, I may be awkward in just a minute. You gave me some espresso beans, so I think it's a good way to get my morning started.
Let's go, Stephen.
All right. Well, you know what? Things are slowing down, though, here on our roads. Although we're picking up here in the studio, things are pretty calm here at I-10 or 410 at Callahan Road. Very, very calm morning, which, of course, is what we like to see. People taking their time, getting to where they need to be safely. Take a look here again, 410 at Callahan Road. Drivers getting the morning started, but nothing too major to report right now. Now, we have spotted just a few slowdowns, nothing too bad right now. This is over here at Bandera and Eckhart. Things have slowed down to a little bit further down here on Bandera, but it's picking up as the morning gets started. Nothing too major again to report. It's been rather quiet, so we're going to go ahead and show you TransGuide again here at 35 at Burbank, 281 at Hildebrand, 35 at Eisenhower. Of course, people getting ready to get out on the roads, but it's been relatively smooth for a Monday morning. We had a lot of issues last week because of possibly weather issues or things like that, but everyone looks like they're taking their time and getting to where they need to be safely, and hopefully getting a cup of coffee as well, because I think we can all use a dose of caffeine to start our week. Nothing too bad.
Oh, absolutely. Monday morning, you got to get a little jump start.
Yeah.
Extra coffee.
Or an espresso bean.
Or, chocolate covered espresso beans.
Those things are good, too.
They're good.
Good.
Don't eat the whole bag, though, because you'll be bouncing off the walls.
Then stop.
I know.
You need to stop. Wow.
Well, over the weekend, of course, we did have some of those showers and some thunderstorms that popped up on Saturday, and then a lot of folks saw some beautiful sunsets. If you were inside in the air conditioning looking outside, because I'll tell you what, you step outside this morning and your glasses, if you wear glasses, are just going to be fogging up. I mean, kind of window dripping sort of humidity because it's so thick out there. And as you can see, no problems and no moisture on the road. There was a little bit of some mist that was reported over there by the airport earlier this morning. 78 degrees right now. The record for the highest minimum temperature is 79, so we dipped just below that, but close to that record. It's 81 right now in Stinson. Humidity, dew points are well up in the mid and some upper 70s around the area. And that means we do have a heat index. Feels like 86 at Stinson. Same thing, Castroville. 83 is the heat index right now in New Braunfels. And add basically anywhere from 15, 20 degrees to those numbers. And that's what it will feel like later on this afternoon, and especially down in our southern counties. So we've got this leftover disturbance up here to the north of us, and as you can see, this counterclockwise flow is pulling some of these little showers in here. Just the kind of the leftovers, actually one of those little sprinkles. And you can see maybe a moderate shower there in Kerr County. And one or two of them are trying to work their way in toward 1604 on the west side. Just if you run into a sprinkle, don't be surprised. High temperature yesterday, 88 degrees, 92 Pleasanton, 99 in Laredo, Carrizo Springs. We're looking at triple digit readings down to the southwest later on today, 91 here in town. But again, then you factor in all of that humidity, and we're looking at dew point temperatures about 102 here in town, and then above 105. That's where it gets kind of dangerous. And there's not an actual heat advisory posted, kind of one step below that from the Weather Service. But again, you just have to be careful when we're talking about the heat index readings that are going to be this high. They are going to be staying on the high side for the next couple of days. We'll have clouds in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon. We're going to go through that kind of daily cycle the rest of this week. 84 degrees today at noon, partly sunny skies. High temperature today, I'll call it mostly sunny, maybe a few more lingering clouds here and there. Again, heat index readings about 10 degrees above that actual air temperature, which will be 91. Normal average high temperature. And really, there's nothing extreme with these numbers. Again, just on paper, but you got to factor in that humidity. Maybe a shower or two by Sunday.
Little sticky.
Lot sticky.
Just a little.
And then
Very
it's
sticky.
unfortunate because when you do try to seek the shade, it's still a little muddy in those areas right now.
Yeah, and so I'll keep dumping. Boy, I was outside in my garage over the weekend.
Oh my gosh, puddles.
Mosquitoes too. So dump all the little, containers, puddles, everything like that. And at least you're going to get a chance to cut the grass, hopefully, this week.
People forget they got a lot of stuff sitting out on the back porch, out in the yard, that just, a lot of things hold water that you wouldn't think holds water, but go out there and dump it because you'd be holding a lot of mosquitoes for it to go over. And they're out there and they hurt.
They hurt a lot.
They will suck your blood.
Little vampires. All right, 5:22 and 79 degrees.
Coming up next in your morning spotlight, two of these weekend big box office movies are already getting sequels. Plus, another stage play is going to the big screen.
Take a look at our lotto numbers. Pick 3, 520, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 4057, Fireball 0.
And your cash 5 is 4, 22, 23, 27, 31. And Lotto Texas 5, 11, 20, 24, 27, 46. And Powerball 44, 52, 54, 64, 69. Hope you didn't pick any low numbers. 26 is the Powerball and Power Play is 3. Good luck. $5:25. It is Monday, and that means there's plenty of movie news to start your week.
Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Get her. This doesn't have to be a scene. It really, really does.
Two movies that have just hit theaters are already getting follow-ups. Disney reportedly is developing a sequel to Cruella, with director Craig Gillespie and screenwriter Tony McNamara expected to return. And fresh off the long-delayed release of A Quiet Place Part 2, Paramount has set March 31st, 2023 for the debut of a third film in that popular series.
I just want to see the whole world through our eyes. Let's go!
Go show them who we are.
Today's all we got, so we cannot stop. This is our block.
One of the reasons John M. Chu was eager to direct the film version of In the Heights opening Friday was the change in focus from the stage version.
It's about perspective, and we get to guide the audience. It's not we have to serve every seat. We serve one seat, and we get to move that seat around.
We are not powerless. We are powerful.
I've emerged from this caterpillar into a butterfly.
Issa Rae is ready to be a web slinger. The actress has joined the cast of the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. She'll reportedly play Jessica Drew, also known as Spider-Woman. The sequel to the Best Animated Feature Oscar winner is due in theaters October 7th, 2022. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
2022.
Whoa.
That's a long way off.
We're almost there, kind of.
We still got more movies to watch in 2021, don't we?
I have movies to catch up from 2020.
Isn't Top Gun coming out at some point this year? Mike, when's Top Gun coming out?
And James Bond.
Yeah.
Later on, so. Wow.
Good fall stuff. All right, 527-79. See, we keep you informed on everything.
All right, coming up next, Vice President Kamala Harris kicks off her first foreign trip today since taking office. We'll tell you where she's going and what she plans to accomplish.
2 people have been arrested in the road rage shooting death of a 6-year-old boy. What police are now saying about the suspects involved.
Still to come in our next hour of GMSA. Important news if you've been fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and what you should be doing with that little white vaccination card.
Making headlines this morning, the vice president begins her duties on her first foreign trip today. We've got a preview.
Taking a look outside with live cam, I am offended by the humidity this morning. But will things start drying up? Mike will let us know in just a bit. Mike is giggling over there.
Does the humidity know that you're offended?
I let it know this morning when I walked out. I was like, oh my gosh.
Would hate to be humidity today. Mike?
I've never heard somebody being offended by the weather or the humidity, to be specific. It's humid out there, however you want to describe it. Boy, it's fogging up your glasses, wet towel, whatever the case may be. Temperature 78 degrees. The normal low temperature is in the low 70s right now, the average, and that number is up to 74 degrees. When you get the dew point temperatures, of course, 60s, the threshold when you start to feel the humidity. 70, it's really humid out there, and 74, according to Sarah's offensive. We do have a couple of light little sprinkles. There's this disturbance which is kind of sliding on through here, and even a couple lightning strikes up there around Fredericksburg right now, and all this is kind of working its way. Those are moving pretty much to the east, and these are going to the east to southeast. Just a few of these showers, and there may be one of them right here on the far west side. Steve's going to be checking out some of the TransGuide cameras, see if any of that's showing up. But there could be a couple of little sprinkles on the roads right now. Heat index right now is at 81 degrees in town, 86 in Stinson, Castroville, and it feels like 83 in New Braunfels. We're going to have very high heat index readings throughout the rest of today. Mold remains very, very high. And, well, just hot and humid this morning is the best way to describe it. As a matter of fact, we're actually close to what the record low temperature is, the high minimum temperature for this date. We're just 1 degree below that record. Mostly sunny skies, heat index well up into the hundreds, especially down to the south. It's going to be dangerously hot as far as the heat index is concerned the next few days. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, that 24-hour cycle we go through. It's going to stay hot, going to stay humid, maybe a shower on Sunday. Kind of doubtful, but just 1 or 2 of them out there. All the details on the upcoming weekend in just a couple of minutes. And traffic authority, Stephen Cavazos, anything going on, sir?
Pretty tranquil for a Monday morning, Mike. You know, things are picking up here at 35 at Evans Road as we get the week started. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how things are looking at 35 in Evans. Just both lanes, everyone moving pretty smoothly as we get the week started here. Nothing too major to report. We've been keeping a close eye on the map and the road weather map. Everything pretty calm right now. So it'd be a great time to get ready to head out the door in the next few minutes. So let's go ahead and again show you. It's pretty green this morning here around the loops. Nothing too major to report. A few slowdowns here and there, but those are quickly resolving and people are getting to where they need to be safely. So let's go ahead and take a look at these inbound times while we got you here. If you're coming in from New Braunfels on 35 to downtown San Antonio, we are looking at a 25-minute commute time. And coming in from Seguin on 30, I-10, that is, we are looking at a 30-minute commute time. And right over here, if you're coming in from Livonia on 87, expect 23 minutes to get to the downtown San Antonio area. So pretty good day to head out the door here in the next few moments. Things are again relatively calm here at 35 at Evans Road. But of course, as the morning does pick up, we'll be getting you through it and keeping a close eye here in the traffic lab. David, Sarah?
Thank you, Stephen. We got some more late-breaking news this hour. Another shooting this morning. This one in the 200 block of Arizona. That's on the city's west side.
Tiffany Huertas is live at the scene where the search for the suspects is underway now. Tiffany?
Sarah, David, San Antonio police are searching for 2 people possibly involved in this shooting here on the west side. Take a look. This is happening in the 200 block of Arizona Avenue, right in front of Carvajal Elementary School. San Antonio police say a 37-year-old man was shot in the legs and stomach, and a 57-year-old woman was also shot in the shoulder. Both were transported to University Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. It's still unclear how this all unfolded, but police are looking for a man and a woman possibly involved that ran away from this scene. SAPD's helicopter was in the area moments ago searching for 2 people, and K9 was also here looking all over this area. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we'll bring you the latest details. Reporting from the west side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Tiffany. Also this morning, San Antonio police say a 30-year-old man is still alive after being shot 8 times overnight. That happened just before 1 a.m. along I-35 between Walsham and Eisenhower. SAPD says that the man was hit 8 or 9 times during a shooting along the highway. Police say the vehicle was driving had about 15 bullet holes in it. No one else was hurt. SAPD still looking for those responsible. Also this morning, Kamala Harris officially kicks off her first foreign trip since becoming vice president. She'll hold meetings in Guatemala's capital before flying to Mexico City this evening.
And as CNN's Mandy Gaither reports, there's a lot at stake with intense political pressure to stem the flow of migrants to the U.S.
After a bumpy start with a technical issue that forced the vice president's plane to return back to where it started.
Are you okay?
Kamala Harris landed in Guatemala's capital in her first foreign trip as vice president, hoping to further solidify the administration's strategy towards migration.
She doesn't hold back, which is good. She's frank.
In an interview ahead of their meeting, Guatemala's president blamed the heightened border crossings in part on the Biden administration's vow to reunite families.
The very next day, the Coyotes were here organizing groups of children to take them to the United States. We asked the United States government to send more of a clear message to prevent more people from leaving.
It's a high-stakes trip for Harris against the backdrop of a growing number of migrants arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border. In April alone, U.S. Customs and Border Protection encountered more than 178,000 migrants. Senior staff members say Harris will try to deepen the U.S.'s relationship with Guatemala and Mexico. She's expected to focus on border security, corruption, and advancing economic opportunity. Mandy Gaither, KSAT 12 News.
In Pakistan, emergency workers are trying to rescue at least 17 people still trapped following a deadly train crash overnight. Officials say at least 30 people are dead after 2 trains collided between stations. The country's prime minister tweeted that he has ordered a comprehensive investigation into the crash. Rescuers and villagers are working to pull injured people and more bodies from the wreckage. A cause is not yet known. Well, despite record numbers of Americans who are working from home, 2020 is projected to have the highest car crash fatality rate since 2007. Even with fewer cars on the road and people driving less miles, preliminary data shows a 7% increase in fatalities over 2019's numbers. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the average number of vehicle miles driven decreased by 13% while fatalities rose. Fatal vehicle crashes increased, in particular on rural roads, urban interstates, and at night.
The 87th Texas legislature is officially over, and it was very eventful with new laws set to go into effect across the Lone Star State.
The session culminated in a walkout by Democrats to avoid the passing of the voting bill. 2 lawmakers joined us on the leading SA this weekend to share their perspectives and what comes next.
We spoke with Republican State Senator Donna Campbell. We also spoke with Democrat State Senator Roland Gutierrez. We talked about a lot. We talked about their perspectives of how this legislative session went, if they achieved their goals that they set out, and what comes next. Take a listen to what both lawmakers had to say.
Conservative issues have never changed. We passed legislation that support our police, expanded
Your ability to defend yourself, protect religious liberty, protects the sanctity of life, and that's always been our values. This session, we honored those rights, the right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
It was very challenging. It was challenging because probably the most right-wing agenda we've seen in a long time. They certainly accomplished everything they set out to do. I can tell you on the electricity side, we did some good. We did help certainly communities. We filed some weatherization bills that were important, and those passed. I think that we have a lot more work to do specifically for electric consumers.
This is just a small portion of what both State Senator Campbell and State Senator Gutierrez had to say. We also talked about the possibility of a special session coming later this year. We also talked about the future of the political climate here in Texas, what it looks like. And if you're interested, you can watch the entire interview, both of them right now. Just head to the leading essay section of KSAT.com. We have this special segment every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. So we'll see you then. Guys, back to you.
540, 79 degrees.
Well, if you're an Amazon customer, Wired Device may soon be sharing your internet for free with other people nearby.
And also coming up next, what police in Southern California are saying about 2 people who have been arrested in a road rage shooting, death of a 6-year-old boy.
David, it's not going to be a good hair day for any of us out there.
I don't have that problem.
Oh, well, I do, and I know a lot of ladies out there do. Mike will explain this humidity and if we're going to have a drier week when we come back.
Welcome back. It's 5:43. A young couple under arrest in connection with a high-profile road rage shooting.
A 6-year-old boy was on his way to school last month when he was shot and killed by someone in another car. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
Overnight, police in California announcing 2 arrests in the deadly road rage shooting of 6-year-old Aiden Leos.
It's very sad because 2 young people ruined one family and ruining their own families.
Authorities say a man and woman in their 20s, Marcus Anthony Ayres and Wynn Lee, were taken into custody at their home in nearby Costa Mesa.
He was beautiful and he was kind and he was precious. And you killed him.
Last month, Joanna Clunan was taking her son Aiden to kindergarten in Orange, California, when she says a car attempted to cut her off. A single shot was fired, piercing the trunk, striking Aiden in his car seat. The reward in the case ballooned to $500,000.
The community just started pouring funds into the reward and pouring in tips and information about the suspects.
Officials have not said if anyone will get the reward money. According to investigators, the arrests stem from tips they received after releasing this image of a white Volkswagen wanted in the shooting. Authorities say they believe Wynn was driving and her boyfriend Anthony fired the gun from the passenger seat. The arrests come one day after Aiden's funeral, where his sister gave a powerful eulogy.
I don't get to play Mario Kart with my little brother or take him to the park ever again. And that breaks my heart. Because of the monsters that took Aiden's life, I will never get to hug my brother again.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
It's 5:45 and 79 degrees.
Coming up next, as cruise industry reboots, Royal Caribbean reverses course on requiring vaccinations for passengers, and that means more options for sailing out of Texas. In your morning consumer headlines, Amazon says starting tomorrow, unless you opt out of Amazon Sidewalk, you're going to start sharing your internet with your neighbors. Amazon Sidewalk is a new feature that'll automatically share people's internet connection to help some devices work better. The company says the monthly total for data used by Sidewalk will be at about 500 megabytes per account. That's the equivalent of streaming about 10 minutes of high-definition video.
Royal Caribbean ships are getting ready to set sail in the U.S. for the first time in 16 months. The company says 6 of its ships will begin sailing from cruise ports in Florida and Texas in July and August. The first ship will set sail on July 2nd in Miami. According to Royal Caribbean, 90% of all passengers are either vaccinated or planning to get vaccinated in time for their cruise. All ship crew members will also be fully vaccinated.
Nice to see a semblance of normal, whatever normal is.
I know. And Steven said actually his first step of going out into the normal world this weekend, you went to the movies.
I went to the movies. You know, it was a great experience. I think what it was like a breath of fresh air. And I think that felt nice for everybody just to kind of get back to a sense of normal. But something that we are keeping a close eye on here in the traffic lab is 37 at Jones Avenue. We do have a situation that's causing some sort of traffic delay. This just popped up in our system. We're going to be monitoring this throughout the morning, but this is a view from TransGuide again at 37 at Jones Avenue. You can see that we have a few emergency crews a little further up that's causing traffic to back up here. So again, we will be monitoring that throughout the morning and see how that could impact your commute. But if you're heading in this direction, just be careful and give these guys plenty of room because we'll be watching that and we want to make sure everybody gets to where they need to be safely. We have spotted a stall here in those westbound lanes of I-10 at West Avenue. This isn't impacting anyone's traffic that is here in these lanes of I-10. But again, something that we'll be watching closely as the morning does continue. Now, if you need to fuel up, let's go ahead and take a look at these gas prices. Again, here, the average gas price in Bexar County, $2.57, and around the state, we are looking at $2.69, and around the country, $3.05. And as we told you last week, if you were with us, that right now the state of Texas has the lowest gas price in the entire country. This is according to a new report from AAA, and here in Bexar County, we have the lowest in the state, which is a pretty good honor, I think, if we need to fuel up. Let's go ahead and jump back to TransGuide. Traffic now building up here at 37 at Jones Avenue. We're going to be keeping a close eye on the morning and seeing how this is going to be impacting commute, but looks like people can expect a stall as the morning does pick up.
Thank you, Stephen. And Mike, we were talking about this earlier. One of the benefits of all this rain is actually it's so lush and we have all these blooms outside.
And you are the gardener, and have you ever, are the Cosmos? Is that the name of the flower?
I'm not sure on that one.
But yeah, how pretty. I mean, great. The pinks and reds and oranges in there and yellows. That's great looking. Wish my garden looked like that. What are you doing? You want to come plant some flowers for me?
I have a lot of work in my own garden, Mike.
Help a buddy. Anyway, out there at the airport, notice how the road is, well, it looks like there may be a little bit of a sheen on the road there. And because there was some couple of sprinkles that were showing up earlier this morning. Pretty good thunderstorm cell is developing up there in northern Gillespie County, but that's pretty much going to be sliding straight to the east. And we have these few little sprinkly showers right around Hondo, just along I-90 if you're heading out, or excuse me, US 90 if you're heading out to the west. And then maybe one or two of them in the downtown area as well. Again, this is kind of few and far between. If you run into some damp spots on the roads, obviously just don't be surprised by a couple little sprinkly showers around the area just this morning, and then we're going to see some more sunshine later on today. Heat index readings, can't emphasize this enough. We're to the point, you know, we've been really spoiled with the rain and helping to keep temperatures down. Now with sunshine, temperatures getting back up into the low 90s, then you add all that humidity, and that's putting the heat index readings well up about 105, 110 range, and that's where it does get dangerous. Now, there are no heat advisories, although the Weather Service has indicating it may start issuing some heat advisories as we go into the next couple of days, because these numbers, the dew points, are going to be staying well up there into the 70s with, again, all the moisture in the ground getting pumped in from the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, out to the northeast, they've got about the same temperatures we have, dealing with very high heat index readings. Cut Bank, Montana is just a handful of degrees above freezing right now. Just to kind of put things in perspective. Anyway, for today, we've got, we'll have more sunshine later on as the day rolls on. 84 at noon, partly sunny skies. Again, a ton of humidity out there. So that 91, pretty much add 10 to that. And then down to the south, you're going to be seeing those heat index readings again, 105, 108, all the way through pretty much the rest of the week. Just on paper, numbers look okay, about normal, a little on the warm side in the morning just because of all the humidity around here. We'll have more clouds in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon, that usual summertime 24-hour cycle we go through. But it's the heat index is going to be up there this week. So if you got anything, you know, again, cutting the grass, getting out in the garden, stuff like that, do it in the morning if at all possible before the real high heat index readings kick in.
The heat index is worth it because we got a lot of rain.
Yep.
Aquifers up. Things look green.
It's tough out there, and, you know, air conditioners are working and stuff like that, but it is nice to have everything nice and green and lush. And
as we go into the summer.
Yep, money in the bank, too, in the aquifer.
I'm going to say the alternative is not too good when you're dry as a bone. Thanks, Mike. 554, 79.
78.
78.
All right, take a look at our lotto numbers. Pick 3, 520, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 4057, Fireball 0.
And your cash 5 is 4, 22, 23, 27, 31. Lotto Texas is 5, 11, 20, 24, 27, 46. And Powerball, 44, 52, 54, 64, 69. Powerball is 26. Power Play is 3. Good luck. Check those tickets.
Good morning. Coming up on GMA, record-breaking heat scorching the Northeast and the Midwest. Is there any relief in sight? I'm tracking it all, plus much more coming up on GMA. We'll see you all soon.
Also ahead in the next hour of GMSA, the search is on for the person responsible for killing this man, what investigators know about the case, and how you can help. And the latest on the race to vaccinate. Another milestone in the fight against the coronavirus just ahead. The big news coming from the CDC. And as we take it to the top of the hour break, a look at TransGuide. Things running pretty smooth this morning. Not much going on out there. Not boring by any stretch, but just not a whole lot happening other than just people driving to their destination. Stephen Cavazos has got that. Mike's got your weather. We've got a lot more news coming up in the next hour of Good Morning San Antonio. See you then. Now at 6, a violent night here in San Antonio. Police had their hands full with several shootings. Our Tiffany Huertas is standing by with the most recent one on the west side of town.
And 2 people are recovering after a shooting at a bar on the south side. You won't believe where the suspect was found.
The race to vaccinate Americans reaches a new milestone, but will President Biden reach his July 4th goal? I'm ABC's Faith Abube in Washington with the latest on the pandemic coming up.
And outside with Live Cam, the rain has moved out. The humidity has moved in. Mike's got your forecast coming up in just a second.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It is Monday, June 7th.
Good morning. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. David and I are in for Mark and Stephanie today and tomorrow. And Mike, I'm very upset with the humidity this morning.
You're offended by it.
I'm offended. I walked out and I wanted to give a good slap in the face because it slapped me in the face when I walked outside.
Glad you're next door, not me. Yeah, it's humid out there. Your glasses may fog up if they don't get slapped off your face over there. Anyway, it's just the humidity. However you want to describe it, wet towel, whatever the case may be. And we also have a couple of showers out there. And even up by Fredericksburg, there's a bit of a thunderstorm cell that's trying to develop. Just a leftover disturbance. There's the low, which had been giving us some of the rain in the past couple of days, as well up to the north. But kind of swinging around the backside of this is just this leftover, a little bit of energy here. And so that's why we do have a couple of these showers, a few of them there by Hondo, Castroville, and just on the west side. We had a few of these little sprinkles moving on through. So roads may be damp in spots, and then another spot is sliding in here, and even up toward Helotes and Leon Springs, maybe 1 or 2 of those little sprinkly showers. So that'll be the case this morning, and then we'll see some more sunshine later on today. And again, heat index readings, it feels like it's well up into the mid 80s. Stinson, Pleasanton, 84, 81 is what it feels like in New Braunfels, as well as out there at the airport. And then add about 20 to those numbers. That's what it will feel like later on today. Mold is still really, really high. Temperatures are going to be staying where they are right now. A lot of cases upper 70s. We're actually close to what is the record high minimum temperature, although we did dip below that, so no records this morning. 84 degrees today at noon, and then a high temperature will make it up into the low 90s, which that's just about where it should be. Normal temperature, but add about 10 to that and even higher. Heat index reading is going to be about 105, 110 in some of our southern counties, and that's where your body just does not cool itself very well. So you're definitely going to have to watch it the next couple of days with those very high heat index readings. A closer look at the weekend is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen Cavazos. Anything big going on, sir?
No, not really, Mike, and that's a good thing. You know, we're keeping an eye here in the traffic lab, 281 at Grayson. Things running pretty smoothly as we start this new week. Take a look right over here, 37 at Jones Avenue. I think a school bus just went by there. But pretty smooth start to the week. Nothing too major to report. Again, we spotted a few slowdowns, but those are quickly resolving and people are getting where they need to be safely and hopefully grabbing a cup of coffee along the way. Everybody needs that kickstart to the week. Let's go ahead and take a look here at our road weather map, Mike. I know you talked a little bit about a few sprinkles in the area. Nothing too major that's affecting our roadways here in the city. Everything's pretty dry. When we usually do start seeing weather coming in, as we've told you in the past, all of this could be green if the weather does impact the roads. So thankfully, pretty dry right now, which is, again, makes it a safer commute for drivers as they get the day started. Let's go ahead and take a look at these inbound times right now. If you are coming in from 35 from Lytle to downtown San Antonio, we're looking at a 16-minute commute time. And if your route is Highway 90, that is, to downtown San Antonio, we're looking at a 19-minute commute time. And right over here from Bernie coming into downtown, we have about a 24-minute commute time if you're coming down I-10. One last look here at TransGuide 281 at Hildebrand, I-10 at Colorado. A little dark there, but things running pretty smoothly as we get the day started.
Thank you, Stephen. Right now, we are staying on top of late-breaking news on the west side. The latest incident in the 200 block of Arizona. 2 people hurt. Tiffany Huertas is there live. So, Tiffany, what can you tell us about the suspects?
David, San Antonio police say they have detained 2 people possibly involved in this shooting. But take a look at this video from earlier this morning. This is all happening at the 200 block of Arizona Avenue, right in front of Carvajal Elementary School. San Antonio police say a 37-year-old man was shot in the legs and stomach, and a 57-year-old woman was shot in the shoulder. Both were transported to University Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they have detained those 2 people at a different location. Reporting from the west side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Tiffany. Also new this morning, San Antonio police investigating a shooting at a bar on the south side. Police say a fight broke out and a man began shooting. It happened around 2 this morning. A man was shot in the knee and a woman was also hit in the leg. Both were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. Police say the suspect ran away, but he didn't get too far. With the help of SAPD's helicopter, they found the man inside a trash can in the neighborhood behind the bar. The man was detained.
A woman recovering after being hit by a pickup truck overnight. It happened just after 10 last night near Fredericksburg Road. Police say the woman was crossing the street when she was clipped by a person driving the truck. That truck's mirror hit her in the head. She was taken to the hospital. At last check, officers were questioning the driver about the incident.
Well, if you're not looking at your TV right now, go ahead and put your coffee down and take a look at this video. This is the moment 20 riders were rescued from atop the roller coaster at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Now, this happened last Saturday, and this video was sent to us from a TikTok user who was on the scene. The poltergeist coaster stopped right in the middle of the ride. How terrifying. San Antonio firefighters had to bring riders down one by one using a harness for safety. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Park officials said the ride would be fully inspected again before using it.
And right now on our website, in case you missed it, candidates from several different districts faced off again this weekend. And you can check out all the results and get to know all the newly elected and re-elected candidates. You can also read about the issues they say they'll be focused on during their term. It's all on ksat.com/vote.
Other stories we're following this morning. People in southern Chinese city were not able to leave city limits this morning. This comes after a new COVID variant outbreak has infected dozens of people. The new variant Delta is more infectious because it takes longer for those infected to start showing symptoms. The city is also restricting indoor eating and has begun mass testing. Those living in high-risk neighborhoods will not be allowed to leave their homes.
And in India, coronavirus cases are on the decline, and businesses in that country's largest cities are reopening. In New Delhi, businesses and shops will remain open with limited hours. In Mumbai, offices, restaurants, malls, and movie theaters will be able to reopen in some areas. Officials there hope these reopenings will help their economy.
The race to vaccinate Americans has surpassed yet another significant milestone. The U.S. now administering more than 300 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine.
That is 49% of Americans 12 and older fully vaccinated. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, more than 63% of U.S. adults have received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. But reality threatening President Biden's goal of pushing that number to 70% by July 4th. 4 weeks out, more than 16 million people still need to get a shot to close the gap. It's an uphill battle as the U.S. vaccination rate continues dropping significantly, down 70% since it peaked in April.
It's a hesitancy by misinformation, particularly on the internet.
What a shame and a tragedy that we don't make use of something that is for our benefit when others throughout the world would do anything to have what we have.
Dr. Anthony Fauci and First Lady Jill Biden inside a historic church in Harlem Sunday, trying to encourage more people to roll up their sleeves.
We want everyone 12 and older to come get vaccinated.
We're going to end this outbreak for absolutely certain. Yes. And the vehicle to ending it is vaccination.
The vaccine's already helping pockets of American life return to a sense of normality. Fully vaccinated Americans heading to the Caribbean seas on board the first major cruise ship since the pandemic shut down. But north of the border, families still desperate to reunite with loved ones.
It's been about 15 months since we've seen our son Aaron, who lives right over there, 10 minutes away.
Protesters in New York calling for the U.S.-Canadian border, which was closed due to COVID, to be reopened now.
No more indefinite closures. The border can be reopened safely on June 22nd.
In the meantime, the number of new COVID cases continues to drop. The daily average is now 95% lower than it was back in January. But more than 300 Americans continue to die from COVID every day. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Happening now on KSAT.com. Today, the Supreme Court is being asked to review the Military Selective Service Act, which requires men to register for the draft. The High Court is to determine whether it is sexual discrimination for the government to only require men register for the draft and not women. There hadn't been a draft since the Vietnam War, but the requirement is one of the few places where the federal law treats men and women differently.
Also on our website, Texas Public University officials can rest easy this morning. State lawmakers added a last-minute influx of $380 million to funding for four-year universities. This coming after many schools deal with the financial strain caused by the COVID-19 shutdowns. But community colleges aren't so lucky, as they lost tens of millions of dollars in state funding due to enrollment declines. But there is hope they can squeeze some extra funding for them in the special session expected later this year. You can read more about both those stories right now on KSAT.com.
It is now 11 minutes after 6:11, 79 degrees.
Still to come, royal news. It's a baby girl for Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan. Why her name has so many people buzzing this morning.
And if you're one of the more than 131 million Americans to be fully vaccinated against COVID, you probably have some questions. Coming up after the break, important news about what you should and shouldn't be doing with your vaccine card.
Mike says you might be able to mow your yard today and that we might have a drier week. He'll have our full forecast when we come back.
Welcome back to 6:15. If you have questions about what to do with your vaccine card, you're not alone. This morning we have some important things to keep in mind.
So first, you'll want to keep it as many places plan for a fully vaccinated future. You'll also want to be extra careful with it. Take a picture of it, scan it, email it to yourself, and keep the original in a safe place, but don't laminate it. Experts say this makes it impossible to update it for second doses and future booster shots.
Now, while private companies are already making apps to approve immunity, the government has not issued or required such digital passports. If you lose your little white card, your state health department is keeping track of immunization records. If you need a replacement, they should have a record of it.
As more people get their shots, more people out on the roads, things getting back to normal. Stephen, how's it looking out there this morning?
Looking pretty normal, which is good. You know, we don't want to see any issues out on our roadways, especially as we start a new weekend. As you mentioned, as we get back to normal, we want our roads to look normal as well and safe. So let's go ahead and take a look here at TransGuide. This is a view from 410 at Callahan. People getting their day started, maybe going to go get a cup of coffee, getting ready to go to work. Things are looking pretty good right now, but we are keeping a close eye on some situations that are developing here take a look. This is a crash that popped up in our system right before we came up right now. It's showing here this is off New Sulphur Springs Road, and taking a closer look here, we know that's right at Foster Road. But look at what's happening here at Roland. We're seeing traffic slowing down there as well. Right now, we're keeping an eye on this. It's not clear if this crash is causing any delays further back over there at Roland, but take a look here right at New Sulphur Springs if you can. Those red lines right there mean that traffic is slowing down, not impacting any major highways right now, but this is what we'll be keeping an eye on as the morning does progress. But we're taking in one other look here at TransGuide 281 at Hildebrand. People getting their day started. Buckle up and be sure to be safe on the roads. We'll get you right through it.
Thank you, sir. All right, Mike. So we're not dealing with much rain anymore, but we're dealing with, let's see, heat index, humidity, mold, which leads to migraines, and mosquitoes. Problems. I got it all?
It's the humidity which leads to the heat index, and it's because of the rain that we have all this humidity around here. So, yeah, because we get the moisture coming in here off the Gulf of Mexico, but of course there's all that moisture in the ground, which is trying to evaporate, and that just adds to all of the, as Sarah said this morning, the offensive humidity when you step outside, because it's that high. So temperatures right now are in the mid-upper 70s and some low 80s around here. And boy, hot and humid in all capital letters. This morning it's extremely humid. We do have a couple of showers out there, and then it's just going to be staying like this throughout the rest of the week. We'll have morning clouds and then some afternoon sunshine. Speaking of sunshine, beautiful sunset yesterday. That was gorgeous. I love that picture when it's just kind of peeking between the trees right there. Thank you for the KSAT Connect shot. And this morning, you can just sort of see some of that haze hanging out there. Temperatures, again, are in the mid and upper 70s. And these numbers measure moisture in the atmosphere. When you get above 60, that's when you start to feel the humidity, then oppressive, then offensive, according to Sarah. And that's the way it is out there right now. We've got this little disturbance up here to the north of us. That's the low that gave us the rain over the weekend and late last week. And then swinging around on the back side of it is that little bit of a disturbance. And that's what's producing some of these sprinkly showers out there. Actually, a couple of thunderstorms up there just right around Fredericksburg, north of there. And not much. Very light, moving along fairly quickly. There may be a couple of damp spots here and there. We had some of these showers moving through town, and then a few more on the west side right now, and then down there 35, right about Divine and in between Divine and Bon Ormy. And so just a couple of sprinkles. Watch out for a damp spot on the road this morning. Heat index readings later on today are going to be about 10 degrees or more above the actual air temperature thanks to that humidity. So we're looking at low hundreds, and then we get up into the 105, 110 range in pretty much the southern half of our area. And that's where your body just doesn't cool itself all that efficiently. So you really got to be careful on days like this. If you have to do anything outdoor, cut the grass, stuff like that, try and do it early on in the day before that heat index really starts to get up there. So there's that low up to the north of us, and that's going to sort of fizzle on out. High is going to move on in here, and that's going to be the dominant feature. That's a summertime feature. That's what you would usually expect around here. And that'll be the situation throughout the rest of the week. And so that keeps things pretty much the same each and every day. And again, we'll have morning clouds in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon. Then we get into Saturday, and there's going to be enough of a flow coming in here out of the north and a little bit of a kind of a glitch Saturday and then into Sunday. And that little bit of a glitch may actually try and give us a couple of showers around here on Sunday. But other than that, we're not going to have anything like we've had the past couple of weeks where it's been the rain all the time. Just those couple of sprinkles this morning, and then 84 degrees at noon, partly sunny skies. High temperature is going to make it up to 91. That on paper is what you would expect this time of year. But again, heat index add at least 10 degrees to that. That's the situation across the board. So number wise, looks pretty good, but when you step outside, it's going to feel really hot, really humid. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, a couple of showers on Sunday.
And check all those pots and buckets and everything that's sitting outside. Anything that might hold water.
Yep.
Because they'll hold mosquito eggs.
I have to get a bunch of citronella candles just to enjoy the porch outside because they're pretty bad right now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of experts say, even make sure if you spray through the undersides of the leaves on bushes.
Oh, or clean the leaves up too.
Yeah, where the mosquitoes like to hang out. So.
Thank you,
yeah,
Mike.
they're thick.
We're just giving everybody something to do for the whole week. There you go. Not going to be bored.
It's 6:21 and 78 degrees outside.
Coming up, the first cruise ship in North America is setting sail for the first time since the pandemic. Details next in GMA First Look.
The Dove Beauty Bar makes my skin feel fresh. I've encouraged Serena, my best friend, to switch. Feels moisturized and clean. My friend Stephanie, her skin was dry. I'm like, girl, you better get you some Dove.
She hooked me up. With a quarter moisturizing cream, Dove cleans effectively and cares beautifully.
At Panera, we take care of dinner time. We use fresh, clean ingredients to make mouth-watering masterpieces. Order on the Panera app and get free delivery through June 13th. Only at Panera.
Shingles? Yeah. 1 out of 3 people get shingles in their lifetime. Well, that leaves 2 out of 3 people who don't. I don't know anybody who's had it.
Your uncle had shingles.
You mean that nasty red rash?
And Donna next door had it for weeks.
Yeah, but there's nothing you can do about it. Actually, shingles can be prevented. Shingles can be what? Prevented. You can get vaccinated. Baby, call the doctor. Hey, you can also get it from your pharmacist.
50 years or older, get vaccinated for shingles now.
Hey there, I'm Gio Benitez, and coming up on Good Morning America, we are bringing you live aboard the Celebrity Millennium. This is the first cruise to set sail from North America since the pandemic began. So what are some of the big changes? Here's your GMA First Look. With vaccine cards in hand, the passengers are coming back.
I have a tremendous amount of confidence in what we're doing and the protocols that we have in place.
Now we're seeing those protocols firsthand. They scan my actual vaccine card, not a picture, my negative PCR test. They have me answer a health questionnaire, and I'm on board. So we'll have much more of that live tour of the Celebrity Millennium coming up at 7 a.m., including the answer to some pressing questions like what happens if a passenger on board tests positive for COVID. We're going to answer that and so much more coming up on GMA at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, right here in the middle of the Caribbean.
Well, Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan Markle have announced the birth of their new baby girl.
Her name pays tribute to Queen Elizabeth and Princess Diana.
CNN's Max Foster has the latest.
Lilibet was born on Friday, and mother and baby are back home already, and they're both doing well. They're healthy, according to a statement from the Sussex household, so everything seems to have gone to plan. Lilibet is named after the Queen, whose nickname is Lilibet. She couldn't say her name properly, Elizabeth, as a child. That's what legend says anyway. But this baby will be called Lily, we're told. Her middle name is Diana, so also named after Harry's late mother as well. A real nod to the British royal family, Harry's side of the family with this baby. They have said previously they're only going to have 2. And Harry suggested that's for environmental reasons. So we do seem to have the full set now of 4 Sussexes living in California. The rest of the British side of the family issued a statement. The Queen, the Prince of Wales, and the Duchess of Cornwall and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have been informed and are delighted with the news of the birth of a daughter for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Max Foster, CNN, Hampshire, England.
Lilibet. It's a cute name.
Yeah, I like that. I liked all the history in it. 626, 79 degrees.
Well, ahead in our next half hour, a big Apple conference is kicking off today, and there are new gadgets and software updates expected to debut this week. We'll take a look at what you can expect.
Starting this half hour with a live look at the roads with TransGuide. Hopefully you're going to need those sunglasses here in a few minutes. Things running pretty smooth right now, though.
From TransGuide to live cam, 79 degrees at 6:30 this morning. Some of those clouds still lingering, and also some heavy blanketed humidity. Mike will tell us our full forecast in just a bit.
And welcome back. It is 6:30. It is Monday, June 7th.
Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. I'm not thankful for the humidity starting our morning with us because my hair is not having a good hair day.
After all that rain, can't be too surprised.
I
But
know.
as Dave put it, it's one of those things where the cause of it is a good thing with all the rain that we had. So,
Yes.
yeah, can't complain about that at all. And hopefully you get a chance if you didn't over the weekend because things were damp out there. A little bit of, got a couple of sprinkles. And I was going to say, hopefully you get a chance to cut the grass because it does need cutting. And I think I've cut it more in the past couple of months than I have all of last year, just about. Out there at the airport, you can see it's kind of hazy looking, got a lot of low clouds, and temperature is at 78 degrees. The record for the highest minimum is 79. So we missed the record by just 1 degree. Dew point's up to 74 right now, which means, yeah, there's a ton of humidity. It's fog up your glasses kind of humidity. Here's those few little sprinkles. There's still that low, the one that gave us the rain over the past couple of days, is well up to the north, but on the backside of it, it's just kind of sweeping a bit of a disturbance on through here. A few lightning strikes up there around Fredericksburg. Otherwise, just a couple of scattered sprinkly showers here and there, and this is going to be in the morning hours. Got some on the northwest side of town over there by 10, and halfway between 410 I-10, halfway between 410 1604, pardon me, and then coming in here on the west side of town right along 90. So just watch out for a few damp spots on the roads this morning. Heat index right now feels like 81, and add pretty much 20 degrees to those readings later on today. Mold is very, very heavy. Updated count's going to be coming out in about an hour or so. Hot and humid this morning. A couple of showers north and to the west. Then later on today, just basically hot and humid and more sunshine today. I'm going to call it mostly sunny skies. Heat index readings getting well up into the hundreds and reaching dangerous levels in some of our southern counties. Weather Service has indicated it may issue some heat advisories the next couple of days because we're still going to have all of that hot, humid weather and those heat index readings way up there. And it'll continue into the weekend. Maybe a shower or two on Sunday. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority and Stephen Cavazos. Anything big?
Pretty slow right now, Mike, and as we're getting the day started and driving off into a new week, things are picking up here at 410 west at Cherry Ridge. Let's take a closer look here at the wall, show you how things are shaping up here at 35 in Burbank. Pretty smooth start here on our major highways right now as people get ready to start a new week, but we have spotted a few issues that are now picking up here. This one is here at Loop 410 northbound at New Valley High Drive. This is a crash that's being reported now. Traffic there in those northbound lanes of 410 slowing down to less than 40 miles per hour here. Check that out, 38 miles per hour. So do be prepared to slow down if you are heading in that direction. Another crash that we are keeping an eye on is happening on this side of the community here on New Sulphur Springs, that is road at Foster Road. Now, this isn't impacting any major highways, but take a look at what's happening further down on New Sulphur. Cars are slowing down there, and that's possibly because of this crash that's occurring right there at South Foster Road. So do be prepared to slow down. And as you're heading in that direction, if you are, give these first responders plenty of room to get this scene clear. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our inbound times while we have you here with us. If you're coming in from Bulverde from 281 to downtown San Antonio, we have about a 29-minute commute time. If you're coming in from New Braunfels on 35, we got 26 minutes. And of course, if you're coming in from Seguin, things looking pretty green. 28 minutes. I'm a poet, didn't even know it. Let's go ahead and jump right back to TransGuide as things are picking up. We're talking about the weather being a little bit warmer. Maybe an iced coffee today sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll get that later. But for now, we're going to have more coming up on GMSA. David, Sarah, over to you.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, new this morning, a 30-year-old man is lucky to be alive after being shot at least 8 times overnight. It happened just before 1 this morning along I-35 between Walsham and Eisenhower. Police say the man was hit 8 or 9 times during a shooting along the highway. The vehicle he was driving had about 15 bullet holes in it. No one was hurt. Officers are still looking for those responsible.
San Antonio police asking for your help to solve a murder case. 42-year-old Jose Nino was killed back in March. He was found on Fredericksburg Road under a bridge near Martinez Creek. Police say he was shot several times and died at the scene. The suspect then took off. And police are also searching for this man. They say he set a cell phone tower on fire. It happened last month on Hunt Lane on the city's west side. We're told the suspect used some sort of fuel to start a fire at the cell tower. He was seen on surveillance video starting the fire. If you have any information, you have to call Crime Stoppers about either of these cases. That number is 224-STOP. The 87th Texas legislature is officially over. Very eventful, with new laws set to go into effect across the Lone Star State. The session culminated in a walkout by Democrats to avoid the passing of the voting bill.
2 lawmakers joined us this weekend on our Leading SA segment to share their perspective and what comes next.
We spoke with Republican State Senator Donna Campbell. We also spoke with Democrat State Senator Roland Gutierrez. We talked about a lot. We talked about their perspectives of how this legislative session went, if they achieved their goals that they set out, and what comes next. Take a listen to what both lawmakers had to say.
Conservative issues have never changed. We passed legislation that support our police, expanded your ability to defend yourself, protect religious liberty, protects the sanctity of life, and that's always been our values. This session We honored those rights, the right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
It was very challenging. It was challenging because probably the most right-wing agenda we've seen in a long time. They certainly accomplished everything they set out to do. I can tell you on the electricity side, we did some good. We did help certainly communities. We filed some weatherization bills that were important, and those passed. I think that we have a lot more work to do specifically for electric consumers.
This is just a small portion of what both State Senator Campbell and State Senator Gutierrez had to say. We also talked about the possibility of a special session coming later this year. We also talked about the future of the political climate here in Texas, what it looks like. And if you're interested, you can watch the entire interview, both of them right now. Just head to the leading essay section of KSAT.com. We have this special segment every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. So we'll see you then. Guys, back to you.
In Pakistan, emergency workers are trying to rescue at least 17 people still trapped following a deadly train crash overnight. Officials say at least 30 people are dead after two trains collided between stations. The country's prime minister tweeted that he has ordered a comprehensive investigation into the crash. Rescuers and villagers are working to pull injured people and more bodies from the wreckage. A cause is not yet known.
Vice President Kamala Harris officially kicks off her first foreign trip since becoming vice president. She's going to hold meetings in Guatemala's capital before flying to Mexico City this evening. And as Mandy Gaither reports, there's a lot at stake with intense political pressure to stem the flow of migrants to the U.S.
After a bumpy start with a technical issue that forced the vice president's plane to return back to where it started. Are you okay? Kamala Harris landed in Guatemala's capital in her first foreign trip as vice president, hoping to further solidify the administration's strategy towards migration.
She doesn't hold back, which is good. She's frank.
In an interview ahead of their meeting, Guatemala's president blamed the heightened border crossings in part on the Biden administration's vow to reunite families.
The very next day, the Coyotes were here organizing groups of children to take them to the United States. We asked the United States government to send more of a clear message to prevent more people from leaving.
It's a high-stakes trip for Harris against the backdrop of a growing number of migrants arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border. In April alone, U.S. Customs and Border Protection encountered more than 178,000 migrants. Senior staff members say Harris will try to deepen the U.S.'s relationship with Guatemala and Mexico. She's expected to focus on border security, corruption, and advancing economic opportunity. Mandy Gaither, KSAT 12 News.
Well, starting today, the White House press briefing room will return to 100% capacity. For the last 15 months, the White House has been holding socially distanced media briefings. According to the White House Correspondents Association, there has not been one case reported of journalist-to-journalist transmission inside the White House press corps. Also today, all press restrictions on the White House grounds will also be lifted, including the camera crews on the North Lawn, and the indoor press workspace will return to pre-pandemic levels.
Topping your morning consumer news, a much anticipated unveiling from Apple. The company is kicking off its annual developers conference today. It's going to feature iOS 15 as well as new versions of software for most Apple products. We may also see a new iMac Pro and updated MacBook Pros.
New details are emerging about Twitter's new feature, which will allow users to charge followers for extra content. Reports say the feature, called Super Followers, will be limited to users with at least 10,000 followers. It's expected to launch soon.
It is now 6:40, 79 degrees.
With summer just around the corner, many of you may need to get your home ready for the scorching Texas heat. After the break, we have what needs to be done to your home and that maintenance checklist.
Welcome back. It's 6:44. As spring showers settle and the heat of the summer starts to creep in, it's time to get our homes prepared for a new season.
In this morning's Ask Angie segment, RJ Marquez has some things to keep in mind.
Early summer is a great time to check a few things off of the list and get your home back in its best working order. Sometimes just deciding where to start can be the hardest part.
Just like our wardrobes, our home can use a summer refresh too.
Start with some simple maintenance projects. Before it gets too hot outside, think about getting that AC unit inspected and make sure to have the filters changed too.
It's better to take the time now to address any hidden issues that may affect how well your air conditioner functions, rather than waiting until you're deep within the heat of the later summer months. When it comes to AC, it's always worth investing in preventative maintenance so you don't get stuck dealing with emergency repairs. Next up, your gutters.
With all the spring rain, your gutters have probably been working overtime. Give them some TLC. First, start with a good cleaning. Then, look for areas of sagging to make sure that there's no damage. Finally, be sure to check those downspouts for clogs and get it all straight before the summer season.
Next, head inside and start tackling the areas of your home that need a visual refresh. Swap out the throw pillows on your chairs and couches for warmer colored ones with lighter fabrics, or consider a complete room makeover to really brighten up the space. And don't forget an overall deep clean. Give all your surfaces, shelves, and decor a thorough wipe down and consider rearranging some things to provide a new look and feel to your space.
After the winter, with salt tracking in and the spring rains tracking mud in, your carpets are probably in need of a good cleaning. This is a great job to bring in a pro and get the job done before the start of the summer season.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
That was kind of funny.
Salt?
Salt tracking in?
Never heard of that.
Apparently
I guess, from the snow, yeah.
She's referring to people who live in the north, I think.
Yeah, that's not
on
us.
That line. No. Well, the one day or week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks, whatever. All right, let's get over to traffic and find out how it's going today. We know there's nothing on the roads today other than cars.
Yeah, just cars right now, David and Sarah. Things are looking pretty smooth here at 410 at Callahan, 410 West at Cherry Ridge. Good day to get the day started as we get the morning going. May want to get a cup of coffee on your way out right now. Viewed at 35 at Burbank, but we have spotted a few issues. It's almost like a switch as we get to this time of the day. You know, the crashes start happening. There was a crash that actually just cleared here, but look at the residual effects here at 410 northbound at New Valley High Drive. Traffic still slowed down. We know 3 lanes were blocked off there for quite a while as crews were working to clear that scene. Looks like that crash just came off of our system right now, which is a good sign, which means hopefully traffic will pick up and things can start running smoothly there in those northbound lanes of 410. But we have spotted another crash not too far from there, guys, here off 90 and Military Drive. This one not causing as many issues as the 410 northbound lane. So if you're coming into the downtown San Antonio area from 90 or leaving on Highway 90 to go to maybe Castroville, take your time because there could be a crash in that area and it could impact your commute this morning. Taking another look here at a crash that we've been tracking. Looks like this one has also cleared off New Sulphur Springs at South Foster Road. Traffic still kind of delaying there on New Sulphur Springs, but nothing too major to report right now. But if you need to fuel up, let's go ahead and take a look at those gas prices here. $2.57 around Bexar County. Around the state, we're looking at $2.69, and around the country, $3.05. So if you need to go pick up a cup of coffee, and I keep on saying coffee because maybe that's what I'm going to do, pump just some gas. Things are looking pretty good right now. One last look here at 35 at Burbank, and I've been saying I think it'd be a good day to get iced coffee because of all this heat that we could be expecting, right, Mike?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lots of ice water later on this afternoon. Lots of water. So.
And Mike, one of the benefits of all this rain are the beautiful blooms we're seeing all over the city.
That make you jealous or what? If you're a flower growing person. Wow, just beautiful roses. Thank you very much. A great way to brighten your day. Back to the ice drinks and lots of water. And that's going to be the case. Sunscreen, water, no matter what the cloud cover is or anything like that. But we're going to have those heat index readings are going to be very high throughout not only this afternoon, but also pretty much the rest of the week. So you definitely have to take it easy. So we've got this low up here to the north of us, the water vapor imagery, which really kind of shows features in the atmosphere very well. And you can see kind of behind the banner is the circulation up there, and on the back side of it is this leftover disturbance, and that's what's throwing some of these showers on in here, and just a few of them. Actually, a couple of lightning strikes are being detected up there right around Fredericksburg. They moved past now in eastern Gillespie County, moving over into Blanco County, and just these few little stray showers here and there. Not really a heck of a lot, but just enough to make the roads damp in places. We've had a few of them moving through town in the past couple of hours, so there may be a few damp spots here and there on the roads. And as far as the satellite picture, it is picking these up fairly well. And again, it's just kind of the little stragglers on the extreme south side. There's more of this rain up there around Dallas and just a little bit of a disturbance down there. Otherwise, you can see there's the low here up to the northeast of us and not much out there to the west. A couple of disturbances are starting to develop, but what we're really going to be getting into is more of a, we've had this zonal pattern for a while, which is almost the upper level winds straight west to east, which was keeping temperatures at or even a little bit below normal. But now we get into a very summertime pattern where the high is dominating. We get this big roller coaster action going on in the upper level steering winds. However, we're not getting any big features to move on through here because that thing is pretty much holding tough. So that's going to keep us fairly steady with temperatures all week long, low 90s. But of course, we've got the humidity to deal with. So that puts the heat index readings way up there. And that's going to be the situation in through the weekend. Now, by Sunday, there's going to be a little bit of a disturbance kind of wrapping around this, and that may actually small chance for a couple of showers hanging around here on Sunday. Not a big deal, though. But otherwise, again, this is now back into a summertime weather pattern around here. So what you see is what you get. That's going to be hot and humid the rest of the week. 84 at noon, partly sunny skies. High temperature will make it up into the low 90s, 91 out there at the airport. But factor in the humidity, heat index is going to be well up into the low hundreds and even about 105 to 110 in some of our southern counties. And that's where it is pretty much dangerous out there just because your body doesn't cool itself that efficiently. So lots of shade, lots of water. You got to cut the grass, do something like that. Try and do it early in the day, obviously.
Mosquito spray.
Yes. Yeah.
Yuck.
Things are like vultures out there.
They're out there. They're big. They're already huge.
I know.
It's just springtime and they're already grown. It's 6:51. It's 79 degrees.
Well, the pandemic is putting more lives at risk as many skip preventative cancer screenings during lockdown, especially in women. Tomorrow on GMSA, what medical experts are fearing the long-term effects could be. Now here's a look at what's coming up next on Good Morning America.
Outside with live cam. Kind of hazy right now, but wait till this afternoon when that sun peeks through. We haven't seen a lot of sun for a lot of days over the last month or so. It'll be kind of fun to see the sun for a while. Mr. Sunshine.
San Antonio police have detained 2 people involved in a shooting in the west side that sent 2 others to the hospital. It happened at the 200 block of Arizona Avenue, right in front of Carvajal Elementary School. San Antonio police say a 37-year-old man was shot in the legs and stomach, and a 57-year-old woman was shot in the shoulder. Both were transported to University Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they have detained 2 people at another location. Reporting from the west side, Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Good morning, everyone. Stephen Cavazos here in the traffic lab. We are keeping a close eye on our roadways for this Monday morning, and thankfully, it's running pretty smooth as we get this new week started. Let's go over and check out Loop 410 at Callahan, Cherry Ridge. Things running pretty smoothly right now, which is a good sign if you're going to be heading out the door in the next few moments. But we have spotted this crash that we are keeping an eye on here off US 90 at Military Drive. Take a look here. We're starting to see traffic kind of slow down in this area, but we will definitely be watching that as the morning does pick up. One last look at our inbound times. We've got 27 minutes if you're coming in from 37 from Pleasanton to downtown San Antonio and 16 minutes from Lytle, Mike.
Thank you, sir. And boy, it is murky out there. A couple of little sprinkly showers are showing up on radar right now, and it's kind of thick with that humidity. We are going to be, we got heat index right now of 81 and heat index well up into the hundreds today.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again at 9 a.m.